Siddhartha Gautama, known as the Buddha, was born in a tiny kingdom below the foothills of the Himalayas. His father, a Shakya king, was informed 12 years before his son's birth that he would either become a world emperor or a renowned sage. After his birth in Lumbini, his father held him within the palace's walls to protect him from outside world and raise him in princely luxury. When he came to age, he married Yasodhara, who gave birth to a son. He had, as we would say today, everything. But he was drawn to the world outside castle walls for some reason. He came upon 3 people there in the streets of Kapilavastu: a sick man, an elderly man, a body being carried to the burning grounds, as a wandering ascetic carrying a single bowl and donning a sadhu's robe caught his attention. As he returned to the palace, he decided to depart from the palace in quest of a remedy for suffering. After a midnight goodbye to his wife and son, he rode to the edge of the woodland. There he used his sword to cut his long hair and swapped his opulent attire for an ascetic plain robe. Finding liberation with these deeds, Siddhartha became one of a group of individuals who had abandoned society in search of liberation. To answer his questions, Siddhartha began learning about a wide range of approaches from many different teachers, including atheists, materialists, idealists, and dialecticians. The noises of countless perspectives and opinions filled the teachings he was receiving. Siddhartha decided to work with 2 instructors. He learned how to train his mind, enter the realm of nothingness from Alara Kalama. But he left after realizing that this was not the path to liberation. Then Uddaka Ramaputra taught Siddhartha how to reach the concentration of the mind, which is neither consciousness nor unconsciousness. Siddhartha, however, quit his second teacher since neither of these methods provided him with an answer to this question. Then Siddhartha and his 5 companions trained for 6 years while practicing austerity and concentration training. He relentlessly pushed himself, competing with his mind and body by consuming just 1 grain of rice daily. His ribs stuck through his deteriorating body, appearing more dead than live. After he decided to eat more substantial food, when Siddhartha visited a village one day in search of food, Sujata presented him with a dish of milk rice and container of honey. Siddhartha set off for the Bodhi tree after he regaining vigor from his meal and bathing in the Neranjana river. There was no longer anything to rely on, someone to turn or a place to go. After 6 days, he opened his eyes to the rising morning light and realized that what he had been searching for had never been lost, not to him nor anybody else. As a result, there was nothing to achieve and no longer a need for struggle. He is quoted as saying, "Wonder of wonders, this same insight is the nature of all beings, and yet they are sad for lack of it." As a result, Siddhartha Gautama, then known as Shakyamuni, the sage of the Shakyas, awakened at age 35 and became the Buddha, the awakened one, or simply the Buddha. He relished in the serenity and freedom of independence for 7 weeks. He was initially reluctant to discuss his epiphany.